Viva Fitness. Fiesta Fit Fest presented by HEB is coming to San Antonio, April 14th through the 16th, 2023. Get geared up to party and celebrate all things fitness. Headlined by Le Tap San Antonio, the Tour de France cycling event. Cyclists of all ages. The Le Tap San Antonio presented by HEB sold out last year. Register for the 160 or 25-mile Tour de France cycling event today. Register today at fiestafitfest.com.
Let's get into a pickle because today is Tuesday, April 4th, and that means it's Math Tuesday.
Math Tuesday. Math Tuesday.
It's Math Tuesday here on Texas Football Today.
What a program.
Every Tuesday during the off season, we dive into the numbers of Texas high school football to get you up to speed on things
on
around
math.
The state of Texas as far as numbers are concerned. And we've been kind of running through some of the top returning statistical leaders heading into 2023. And we started off with the passers, right? Everyone would talk about the quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. And then we talked about the receivers and the guys who were on the other end of that. But we haven't talked yet about the running backs. And I think that it is common to kind of dismiss the running back in this kind of day and age simply because the passing game has taken over. We talked at length about it whenever we were talking about the top returning passers, about how the records for Texas high school football, like the single-season passing records, have really skyrocketed in the last 20 years because people have been throwing the ball more. And they've been moving more towards the pass and away from the run. And so perhaps you would think, oh, well, that just means that nobody's running the ball anymore. And that's just frankly not true for a number of reasons.
One, there's 1,500 programs in this state.
One of them is that there's just a lot of teams that just like to run the ball.
Yeah.
Like even if there are a lot of teams that are going to the spread, there's still a lot of teams that just line it up and run the ball. Mm-hmm. But furthermore, I also think that what is more common than just going to the flat out, spread it out air raid is using the pass to set up the run.
Correct.
I think that is kind of what has flipped in a lot of ways. It used to be you run the ball to then pull play action and hit them over the top. Mm-hmm. Now I think that you pass to kind of unload the box to allow you to run into it. Mm-hmm. And what that has done to me, what you've seen is that the spread offense and the high-powered passing offenses have only helped to make running backs more effective.
Yep.
And I would love to see the yards per carry in 1982 versus 2022. Mm-hmm. And I wonder if yards per carry are up simply because the pass now makes it so you can't just load 9 guys in the box. Mm-hmm. So that's to say that there are a lot of outstanding running backs across the state of Texas. Pickle, do you know who the leading rusher in Texas last year was? Not the leading returning rusher, the leading rusher.
Was it Bryson Washington?
Mm-mm.
No.
It's your boy.
My boy?
From Mineola High School.
Dawson Pendergrass. Justice for Dawson Pendergrass.
Was the state's leading rusher last year. But
I gotta meet that kid.
But I've met him. He's great.
I know.
He's going to be at Baylor with Bryson Washington. Uh-huh. But he is not coming back. He is at Baylor, as we mentioned. He signed with Baylor. So let's take a look at the top returning rushers in Texas high school football entering the 2023 season. And at the very top is a name that perhaps you haven't heard a ton about. Mm-hmm. That is Landon Thigpen.
Amazing.
At Godley. We're going to talk with their head coach coming up here in just a moment. But Landon Thigpen is a 3,000-yard rusher. Yes, really. He ran for 3,000 yards last year, 3,047 to be exact, and was outstanding, obviously, and did it as a junior, and will be coming back for his senior season. He joins very elite company in Texas high school football, in UIL 11-man Texas high school football. There have only been, let me see if I can do this real quick. There have only been 56 seasons of 3,000 yards or more. Only 56. And Landon Thigpen is one of them. What he did last year as a junior was impressive. He will be back as a senior, for Godley. Second on that list was a name that maybe you did know because they made it to the regional final, and this was the guy who was kind of the big star. The sophomore running back at Toller, Peyton Brown. Peyton Brown ran for 27.77 last year. He's the second leading rusher. Comanche Sawyer Wilkerson is in third. There, an outstanding season for him with 26.01. Then you get to number 4.
Mr. Texas Football.
The Mr. Texas Football Player of the Year, Terry Bussey, who, and I can't stress this enough, not a running back.
Nope.
A quarterback is the state's 4th leading returning rusher in Texas high school football.
And if you want to know why we gave him Mr. Texas Football, that stat alone.
And by the way, look up and down. You have a lot of outstanding running backs out here. And Terry Bussey outran them as a quarterback. Mm-hmm. Jeremy Payne is a perfect example. Jeremy Payne down there at Fort Penn Hightower is 5th on this list. Ty Byers at Montgomery Lake Creek, staying down there in the Houston area, is number 6. Caden Landry is a name that I think flew under the radar but was unbelievable for Dallas Carter last year. He's back after running for 2,300 yards. Kiefer Sibley at Waco Connolly is 8th on that list. Ricky Stewart at Chapel Hill, a speed merchant out there for the Bulldogs, is number 9. Nate Palmer is back for Decatur, which is not going to be welcome news for a lot of the 4A. But Nate Palmer is back after running for 22.50. He's 10th on the list. Fabian Garcia down there in the Rio Grande Valley is 11th after running for 22.30. Davion Godley, not to be mistaken for Landon Thigpen from Godley. But Davion Godley from Fulshire is back after running for 21.87.
Which is a really good example of, even with the pass assisting the rushing numbers, because Fulshire loves to air the ball out.
Yes, they do.
Yet they still have one of the top rushers in the state.
They just had a lot of everything last year. It's just what if we just do everything? Do a little bit of everything. Then you had Aiden Martinez Brown, who's a pretty remarkable story himself. Remember, he was the guy who took over for Marquise Collins.
Was supposed to be the backup this year.
He was supposed to be the backup. He ends up being the 13th leading returning rusher in Texas high school football entering the 2023 season. Renee Martinez at Falfurrias is fighting jerseys. Also 2,100-yard rusher. Our second quarterback on the list here is Jaime Butron, the quarterback from Sonora, who ran for 21.14. He also threw for 16.40 last year. He was impressive. Noah Long, back for Liberty Hill after an impressive year, which ended a game early, remember, because he got injured in that state quarterfinal, regional final.
Yeah, it was bad,
He got injured. Tate Maruska at Stephenville is back after a 2,000-yard rushing season. Keegan Ash at Mount Enterprise is 18th on the list. Chase Bingman at Terrell is 19th. And rounding it out, J.D. Bell will be back for Mart, the 2A Division II state runner-up, leading the charge there for the Panthers. So there you have it. The top returning rushers in Texas high school football, in the 11-man ranks entering the 2023 season. A couple of quarterbacks on there, and then a couple of, but I think perfect example, what we were talking about at the beginning, with kind of the balanced offenses. Look at Stephenville, look at Fulshire, look at College Station. I would put them in that same regard. Chapel Hill, same way. These are offenses that are not ground and pound slot tees. You've got some of those, Liberty Hill on there, right, with a 2,000-yard rush, 2,100-yard rusher himself. But instead, you've got these balanced attacks that, yes, they're able to throw the ball, but that doesn't mean they can't run the ball either, as evidenced by this list. So there you have it, the top returning rushers in Texas high school football entering the 2023 season on this Math Tuesday.
Math Tuesday.
Hey, thanks for watching this clip here on YouTube. If you like this kind of stuff and you want more of it, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And remember, you can watch us live every weekday at noon at TexasFootball.com, Facebook, Twitch, or here on YouTube. And if you want more of the best coverage of football in the state of Texas, check out TexasFootball.com and become a Dave Campbell's Texas Football Insider at TexasFootball.com/subscribe.